We are the Afterlashes. We're a punk rock feminist band who's obnoxiously says the F word a lot, and we're from the Coachella Valley. So we do.
Sweet.
Short seat.
Yeah, is there a sport job? Yeah.
They do.
You guys had a pretty engaged crowd out there. I know a lot of fresh faces for you guys. What can you tell me about, those experiences the first times people hear music like yours, especially where you guys kind of know a lot of your music is going to be something that people are like, really? Like, what? What kind of song is that? But, I'm going to sing that forever, right?
I think that
very angry music. Angsty,
Yeah.
angry, you write a song when you're mad at somebody. That's the kind of best songs that come out, I think, in my opinion.
from our souls.
Yeah.
I also
my
think
angry soul.
I also think that, and for me personally, like I get angry about the current politics that we're dealing with, and so that feeds a lot of what that I talk about and what I say. We all have our own little ways of putting it. Like I say on stage all the time, if you date or marry an afterlash, you're going to have a song written about you at one point. We've got several of those. But like honestly, in the beginning when we first started out, there weren't any other bands in the Coachella Valley that were mostly females, and they just sort of, I think, counted us out, and we had to get better and better and then write really, really good songs that people remember. And I think one of our strong points is that we have songs that are earworms, and people remember them, and I think that's one of the things that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Serene and I write a lot of the music. She comes from a heavier place. There's a big age difference between the two of us. She's older. So she comes from this really heavy, kind of funky place though too. And I grew up with, ABBA and just pop everywhere. I love heavy music, but those are, I throw these melodic things in there, and it's just you want people to walk away humming one of your songs. You want to see them tapping their toes to it and singing along. So
also banging their head at the same time.
Exactly. So we really complement each other on that. Yeah.
Especially with Chaz's legs on top, this little sprinkle of Chaz, and
yeah, we just let Chaz go with his metal.
You're not telling me to shut up.
Yeah. That's like an ongoing thing with us. Shut up, Chaz.
Yeah.
But it's great and we love it. And he's brought in something very special that kind of makes things a little bit more cohesive, I guess, and gives us another edge. So we're happy to have him. For sure.
We started off, we were all female. And Chaz was like our biggest fan. He was with us from the very beginning. He was the one who filmed all of our shows. And when we went down a member, and Chaz filled in for us for a while. And even though she came back, we asked Chaz to be one of the girls. And he's known for wearing a wig on stage sometimes.
Yeah.
Back when I was filling in, I would do it a lot.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
He's very comfortable in his masculinity, and he just fucks around with it. It's great.
He ignores us a lot.
He's growing his own wig now.
Let's get him longer.
How has it been, contributing to the writing process, Chaz? I mean, has there been moments? I know it's been like 2 years since you've joined, right?
Well, so they do all the lyric-wise.
Okay.
Like, they get all their feelings out musically with the lyrics. And I come in, I'm good at writing riffs, mostly, so usually Serene will come up with a main riff, and I'll just build upon it. That's usually how it's been going. Even right now, we're still trying to figure out new songs, and we're always writing like different music genre styles, just building upon. And
Yeah, we all have like different sort of things that we can contribute to it.
we all have different backgrounds.
And he's just like, yeah, write all the man-hating songs you want. I don't give a shit.
as long as he can have a solo on top.
Yeah, all he cares about. It's all he cares
Chaz gets his solo, and he's good.
Fuck man.
That's funny. What can you guys tell me about being around the scene for a while, seeing how it's changed, how you've seen people react and change their reactions to music over the years here in the Valley? Because I know the Afterlashes have been a name for quite a while.
I would say, and I think especially the girls that have been with me from the beginning, when we first started, there were a handful of, basically it was just a man's club. It was a man's club other than just a a couple of females on the scene. And when we first started out, we're brand new. There was kind of some hate coming from certain people, and you know what? We just kept getting better and better and writing better and better songs.
We wrote
And
songs about them.
yeah, kind
Great
of.
material.
And now that is all like not a thing anymore. Like now it really is. But when we first started out, we kind of realized that we had to just because of our boobies and ovaries, like be better than a lot of the bands and write better songs, and that's what we did. And so it's, you know, nobody starts out a band and is amazing at first. And we just did everything we could. Like I said, to write great songs, and the haters shut up. They did. They shut up. So that's what I would have to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, you know, I wanted to put together this all-female band, and I'd heard Esther sing. She was doing more bluesy and folky type stuff, and I was like, I want to start an all-girl punk band, and she's like, I can't sing punk rock. I'm like, oh yes, you can. But like one of my main inspirations was the lack of females on the music scene. Like she said, there was just a handful, and
mostly solo artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to inspire other women to pick up guitars, to get behind the drums, to step out in front of the mic. You know, it's usually, if you've got a female fronted band, all the people behind her are men. And I think that we have inspired lots of women.
I
in this
actually
valley
have
to
a story
pick up
about that.
instruments, and it's great.
Right pre-pandemic shutdown, I went to a show at Club 5 bar in Indio to see Giselle and the Night Owls, and I don't remember who else was there, but and I was just there and sitting at the bar, and there was a lady next to me about my age, and she turned around and looked at me, she's like, "You're in that band, the Afterlife." So I was like, "Yeah." She said, "So we saw you at Coachella Valley Brewing Company, and because it's an all ages place, my daughter and my nieces were there, and they saw us." She said, after that, they said, "Mom, we want to start a band." And she said, for Christmas, they all asked for instruments. I was like,
So cool.
oh, hell yeah, dude. That is what it was all about. That was like the best thing I've ever heard about what we did. So just to inspire some little girls to want to freaking start a band in the garage, that's what I'm talking about. Can't get enough of that.
That's awesome. I know we talked earlier about, you know, the hectic schedule of being adults, moms, jobs, everything that goes with being a band. What can you tell me about kind of how you guys find your own ways to prepare for shows and music and stuff when, you know, the actual rehearsal time is limited because of life?
I mean, we just rehearsed 2 nights ago, and it came down to group text messages at the last minute. Who can show up now? Yeah, we used to have a schedule. All of our personal schedules have changed, so we do a lot of, like, Serene and I will constantly, you know, we go through phases. You get inspired, we throw out lyrics.
Yeah.
She'll send a video of a riff, and then we just kind of work on it at home, and then get together. It's hectic and it's hard.
I would say too that we keep doing it because it's such a labor of love. It's not like we're making a bunch of money. It's a labor of love that when we haven't been playing for a while, when we're not doing it, there's something missing in our lives. And that's, I think, the like a sign of a true musician, that you do it because you kind of need to. You need to be happy.
The release.
And when you're not doing it, you're not happy. There's something missing in your life. And I'm sure people have that with so many things. People that need to play sports or whatever it is that you do. And for us, it's that. And it gets us through our hard times. And we can express ourselves and just get out there. And like, it's funny for me because people are like, "Oh, Esther's like the nicest girl in the whole world." And I like to get up there and just cuss at everybody on the stage and like insult them. And like, it's great. It's great.
Lockdown during pandemic was hard. We didn't get together for almost 3 months. And I mean, there were tears shed when we got together for the first practice. It was, you know, music's very important to all of us. So, we can't live without it. But like we've been trying to record our second record for a year now. And I think we're 4 songs in. We have the music. It's just the time to get into the studio to do that. But we found some great people, great producer, great engineer, and a great studio. And they are working with us on this time frame. Every 2-3 months, we go in, record a couple of songs. Yeah. So hopefully it'll come out this year.
So we said last year.
Yeah. No, we mean it this time.
Yeah.
We mean it.
I swear.
Get you ready.
Yeah.
What can people expect from that? Can you give any hints or teases as to how the Afterlashes are stepping up from what people see on shows now and the last album you guys put out?
The last album we put out was done literally in the garage. And I mean, for what it was, I think that's a really great record for someone to go back and find. It's like, if people dig our music on this next record coming out and they go and look up the Afterlashes, they're going to hear this really raw, almost like Runaways sound on that first record. But we have this new record. It has got some big production behind it. And we've stepped up as musicians and we've learned our crafts a lot more since the last record. This one's going to be bigger. The songs are more in your face. They're more grown up.
But more professional.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say also, like, in the beginning when we were first starting out, like, Allie had wrote this cute little song that we didn't even do anymore, but I think we should bring it back, especially for now, called Dictator, Dick Tater, Dictator. And we were talking about, like, reworking a little bit for our current cult leader dude. That wasn't even written about him in the first place, and it kind of turned into that. But we had a couple of originals, but then we were just kind of filling in with covers. And then as time went by, we'd write another original, throw a cover out, write another original, throw a cover out. And now we're basically doing all originals. We have some covers that we'll do if they want an encore or whatever. But yeah, we feel like we've got our big girl chonies on. It took a little time, but
Big girl
yeah.
chonies on,
Big girl
Big girl
chonies on.
chonies.
This is a thong.
It's
It's a lacy one. It's a lacy thong.
Edible song.
You gotta
It's
pay
very
extra.
rare it's very rare that a band puts out a single and it's instant success, and a lot of bands, especially us, when we first got together, we thought we were great, and we hit everybody in the faces with it and realized, we need to get better. But I really think we gel so well together. It's like we can read each other, less mess ups in shows because we can follow along now.
Yeah, and it's very much a family dynamic that we have. It's very family dynamic.
Yeah.
And Serene was, who was literally my sister when she was pregnant with her baby, that was just, and now he's our baby.
Yeah.
And it's just a whole thing, and it's very family dynamic, and we, that accounts for a lot of things, I would say. So.
Sweet. Awesome. All right, lastly, before we wrap up, the people are dying to know, I'm dying to know. Can you give us an update on the Swoon Lagoon music video?
Oh my God!
Okay. Wow.
You wanna
I
take
mean,
this?
there's just a whole saga behind that.
Okay.
I don't know what I should
It's
or
in the
shouldn't
works.
say. We
in the
have
works.
finally taken possession of the audio
Sweet.
and the video footage. It is now in our possession. So
I would also throw in there what Homeboy told us. Never, ever, if you're as a musician or artist at all, what he said was, if anybody promises you anything, never believe them. Never believe any promises about a career. And always, always make sure you have control of your situation. That's something that we learned really, really well. And we become more and more picky about who we work with. And
we've written songs about it.
literally.
You'll hear them on the new record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
It's in the works.
it's coming.
Careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
be careful out there, man. There's a lot of vultures that see talent and want to
Exploit.
exploit, and we've now dealt with that, and so we're, thank goodness, Allie especially was smart enough to she's smart enough to make sure we've got things written out to where we don't let anybody have anything that we don't have control of. So
Don't play a song without copywriting it.
don't. Be very, very careful. But we're okay.
Good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen.
Sweet. Well, glad to hear you on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for having the time to sit down and chat.
Oh,
Thanks
thank
for
you, sir.
chatting with us.
You guys rock.
Yay.
They suck.
Support penguin.
They suck.
Crazy no matter